talking to me, Dhanlakshmi?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we start this session?
Wait a minute, ma.
Okay.
YouTube. Wait a minute. Yes, you can proceed, ma.
So, shall I go ahead? Shall I start or?
Ma'am, we will start the program with a formal introduction.
Okay, please go ahead, please.
Blessings of grace and peace. Blessings of grace and peace be with you today and every day. A very cheerful morning to one and all present here on this webinar. Today, as Sri India's of second BCom Corporate Secretaryship, would like to extend a hearty welcome to all on this MAHA webinar on internal quality assurance.
Sandhya, your voice is very feeble. Sandhya, your voice is very feeble. I think your mic is keep on moving, I believe. So your voice is coming up and down. Can you keep it at one place and speak? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Sandhya. Go ahead, please.
Shall I, ma'am?
Of course, yes. Good. Good to go now, please.
Would like to extend a hearty welcome to on this MAHA webinar on internal quality assurance cell, basics of financial market, day 50. One song can change a moment, one idea can change a world, one step can start a journey, but a prayer can change the impossible to possible happenings. So let us all come together and seek the God's blessing.
ஐந்து கரத்தனை ஆனை முகத்தனை இந்தில் இளம் பிறை பாலும் ஏற்றனை நந்தி மகந்தனை ஞான கொழுந்தினை புரியில் வைத்து அடி போற்றுகின்றேனே.
நமஸ்தேஸ்து மகாமாயே ஸ்ரீபீఠே சுரபூஜிதே शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलासुरभयङ्करी सर्वपापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करी सर्वदुःखहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी मुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी मन्त्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते.
Next, I would like to call upon Ms. Supriya of 2nd BCom CS to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of our college, I welcome you all to our MAHA webinar marathon day 50. I use this opportunity to welcome you all on the behalf of the Department of Commerce Corporate Secretaryship and the IQAC for organizing the webinar titled Basics of Financial Marketing. I'm so happy to see you all virtually gathered here. A big thanks to each and everyone present here for joining our program. I welcome our chairman, Mr. Kunjidabadam sir, and our managing director, Mr. S.K. Senthil Kumaran sir and Tirukumaran sir to this program. I welcome our principal, Dr. R. Kumudini ma'am, and our vice principal, Ramaswamy sir, and Dr. U. Indumati ma'am. And I wholeheartedly welcome our honorable chief guest and speaker of the heart, Ms. Jananishri, chartered accountant, ACS Capital Market Academy, Coimbatore, who will enlighten us with their knowledge and experience. I welcome our decorated HOD, Mrs. Kalaivani ma'am, and our faculty members, and I finally invite my fellow students and friends. I assure this time you spend on this webinar will be a time well spent, and the knowledge that you are about to gain will change your life. Once again, I thank everyone and thank you.
Thank you, Supriya. Next, I shall request Ms. Dhanalakshmi of 2nd BCom CS to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. G.JANANISRI, to the gathering.
I profoundly delighted to take opportunity to introduce the chief guest of the day, Mrs. Janani Chartered Accountant, ACS Capital Market Academy, Coimbatore. On behalf of institution, I extend a hearty welcome to you, ma'am. She has worked as a financial associate in Hewlett Packard Accounts Receivable Division, worked as an article trainee in P. Dilip Kumar Associate Taxation and Audit Divisions. She has completed her CA in the Institute of Chartered Account of India in year 2017. Currently, she is practicing as a CA in Bangalore. She has completed her master's degree in Business Administration with General Management specialization in Anna University in year 2011. She has completed her bachelor's degree in Commerce in Ethiraj College for Women in 2009. Her main objective is to achieve sustained professional teaching competency with integral and ethical values for delivering the task entrusted to her with dedicated skill in the fields of commerce.
You muted yourself.
She has excellent academic teaching capability in wealth management, accounting and finance, banking and insurance, business law, industrial law, corporate law, human resource management, corporate governance, etc. She has an entire knowledge about accounting and financial operations. She has excellent knowledge in monitoring cash flow and ensuring that the funds are arranged in the most effective cost manner. She has served as a part of due diligence team for a public limited company in service sector and led many companies for investigation in auditing. She has recognized for bringing outstanding receivables to the minimum and received the spot award for the same. The presence of a such personality with a wider knowledge is a bless, ma'am. I hope the students are able to seek a knowledge and guidance and imbibe something from her knowledge. Once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am, to the session.
Thank you, Dhanalakshmi. All right. So sweet of you to introduce me in such a way. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So shall we? Sandhya, is still anything is there or can I proceed?
I request all the students and teachers to switch on their videos for photography.
Wow. So then I should look, I'm looking neat, no? Then, correct? Yes.
Miss
So
Jananishri, you look great actually.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm principal, okay?
No, thank you, ma'am. I don't know where I have to look at here because so many times are opening up. So probably I have to search.
Fine, okay, you can look at me now.
Yes, ma'am. I looked Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you. How about
Hi.
you?
Welcome to the show. Okay. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Okay. To take up this webinar
Um,
marathon. Okay. We are so
I'm
happy that you
honored.
are one among this marathon runner. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. Fine. Okay.
I'm
Hope to
honored.
have a wonderful session with you. Okay.
Of course, I
Yeah.
do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kalivani, please take care, ma.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So shall I proceed now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You can proceed, ma'am.
Thank
This
you,
is your
Principal
for-
Ma'am,
forum.
for your inspiring words. Now I kindly request our chief guest for Dr. G.Jananis to take over.
Sandhya, I would like to do doctorate, but I'm still not a doctorate. I'm a chartered accountant. All right. Maybe, very soon I may be doing it. So anyway, thanks for that wonderful introduction. So good morning, guys, and welcome to today's session. So today I got the topic like basics of financial markets, and I see that it was when I saw your invitation, it was like marathon, and you have so many sessions going on. All right, and I'm happy to be part of it. So today we'll be seeing what are the basics, and then what are the concepts there, and what are the instruments there, and that is how the entire session is going to be. All right, so I hope I'll park some insights into you by this session. All right. So welcome to the session now. First, we will understand what is meant by financial markets. All right, before moving on to that, I just wanted to know whether can I do it entirely in English, or can I handle both the languages, English and Tamil, which would be preferable. If I know that, then that would be great. Because if somebody doesn't know Tamil, if in between, if I speak Tamil, if anybody doesn't know Tamil, then that would be a problem, right? So basically, for examples, I may use certain words in Tamil. If you guys didn't get it, you can put me a message there. I'll be always seeing the inbox. All right. Now, coming back. So what is meant by financial markets? Usually what happens, when we talk about financial markets, or, people used to tell that it is nothing but stock market. It is nothing but, capital market or stock exchange. So that is called market, financial market. The answer is no. The financial market is huge. The financial market is huge. Guys, market, as usual, it is a place where the buyer and seller can meet. That is the meaning of market. No, we would have studied in our +1, +2, and we would have studied even in our BCom, CS company secretaryship or corporate secretaryship. Even in the first year also, we would have studied in our commerce. Market means it is a place where you can meet the buyers and sellers, where they will exchange it for a consideration, correct? So right from the barter system to the product exchange, price, money, everything came in. So now, instead of products, here they are exchanging money for money. That's it. Money for money. So that is called financial market. That's it. All right. So financial market means what? It is a place where a person can buy paisa. Ma'am, how that is possible? Somebody can buy paisa. Then in return, what they will give? In return, they will give paisa only in terms of your return. Correct. In terms of your investment return, that is interest. That could be interest. That could be dividend. That could be any payments. Correct. So that may be in installments. Right. So financial market is a place where both the people, buyer and seller, will come there for the purpose of what? For the purpose of paisa. That is called financial market. Here, we won't call them as buyers and sellers. Rather, we use the word called investors and the borrowers. Investors and the borrowers. Please keep it in mind. Investors and the borrowers. Here, who is selling the paisa is investor, which means I have excess money with me. I have excess paisa with me. I wanted to use this paisa in a useful manner. I wanted to use this paisa in a useful manner. You're getting it? So guys, always there is a saying, you should not work for money. Money should work for you. That is a language we always use in finance. You're getting it? So money should work for you. What does it mean? If I invest my money, which I have it in excess, that money should bring some more money, some more money, some more money. You're getting it? So then who I am? I am the investor. I am the lender here. I am the investor. I am the seller basically, because I have money. I am looking for an opportunity where I can give this money to make it double, triple, to make it grow. You're getting it? So that person is called investor. And on the other side, one more person is there. He is desperately needed this money for his production purpose, basically, for his, for his business purpose. You're getting it? He's a borrower, basically. If I talk about companies, then for their production, for their, for their business, I can say. If I talk about government, even government can be a borrower, So when I talk about the government, then government takes the money for their welfare activities, for their production activities. You're getting it? So one side, the seller is whom? Seller is the investor, and the other side, the person who is buying the paisa from you, that person is called borrower. That person is called what? Borrower. We call them as production houses. We call them as business community. We call them as entrepreneurs. So government can be a borrower, your corporates can be a borrower, your production houses can be a borrower, and your, all your entrepreneurial community can be a borrower there. You're getting it? So this is the place, financial market is the place where it brings your investors, that is your sellers, that is your lenders, and your borrowers, that is your, production houses, corporates, garments, who are in need of money together to meet their financial requirement. And that is called financial market. It is not just a stock market. It is not just a banking sector. No, it is a marketplace. Under this marketplace, we have so many markets, sub-markets. We will see all those things. We have so many sub-markets. We will see all those things one by one. So this is the meaning. So it is a place where the investors and the borrowers will meet. So that place is called what? Financial market. All right. Next one, who are all the participants here? Who are all the participants? Guys, understand. Definitely, there will be, by this time, there will be two people. That is, one is the investor group and one is the borrower group. Yes, ma'am. Lender and borrower, we know. Then who are the other people? Who are all the other people you have given here? Guys, understand. If somebody comes and asks you money, would you give? You will try to ask somebody who knows that person. No. Correct. Somebody is coming and asking you, you will ask for guarantee. How can I give you money? On what basis I will give you money? Somebody, you please bring me some guarantee whom I can trust. You are asking. No. The same way in the financial market also, to enhance the credibility, to enhance the creditworthiness. Tamil enna solluna nambagathanmai. Okay va? Nambagathanmai guarantee. You're getting it? Where I should not suffer as an investor. As ipa na or porul vaangren illa na vikkren adu seri illena adha na return pandren illaya. I have some place to do that. Like a consumer court nu one irukku illa return online return nu irukku enala panna mudiyum. Correct? Ipo na en panatha kodutittu enakku bayam irukum illaya. So somebody should be there, right, to take care of it, supervisory. So for that we have a supervisory regulatory organizations, and we have SEBI, stock exchange, Board of India, Securities Exchange Board of India. We have SEBI, we have RBI, Reserve Bank of India. We do have. You're getting it? So we have so many institutions which take care of this financial market. SEBI nedutona financial market la or part da stock market. Adoda controller da SEBI. Financial market la or part money market. Adoda control yarana RBI. You're getting it? So we have RBI, we have various regulatories, we have various, institutions who take care of us. Even those guys are also the participants of the financial market. Correct? அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ப்ராமிசரி நோட் எழுதுறது, இந்த கேரண்டி கொடுக்கறது, இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா? So somebody should be there, no? So for that we have certain people called intermediaries, financial intermediaries. கரெக்டா? இப்ப நான் வந்து ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கே நான் போய் நான் ஷேர் இஷ்யூ பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா இப்பெல்லாம் வந்து there is a concept called underwriting. கரெக்டா? Who will do that? Merchant bankers will do. Again, those guys are also participant of whom? Financial market. இவங்கெல்லாம் ஒரு சப்போர்ட் சிஸ்டம். கரெக்டா? இப்ப நம்ம ஒரு ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு போறோம்னா மெயினா டாக்டர் இருப்பாங்க, பேஷண்ட் இருப்பாங்க. அந்த சப்போர்ட் சிஸ்டம் பார்த்தோம்னா ஃபார்மசி, நர்ஸ், கம்பவுண்டர், those ward boys, இவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து சப்போர்ட் சிஸ்டம் இல்லையா? So the same way in financial market also we have the support system. Those guys are nothing but financial companies, service companies, or financial intermediaries, all those guys, right? So these guys are the participants. நீங்க எப்பயுமே ஒரு மார்க்கெட் போறப்ப you will come across these guys. ஒன்னு ரெகுலேட்டரி அத்தாரிட்டின்னு ஒருத்தங்க வருவாங்க, ஆர்பிஐ வரும், மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட், அந்த மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட் ஏஎம்எஃப்ஐன்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு, அசோசியேஷன் ஆஃப் மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியான்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு, ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட் போனீங்கன்னா செபின்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. ஓகேவா? சோ ஒவ்வொரு மார்க்கெட்ஸ், ஒவ்வொரு பார்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபினான்ஷியல் மார்க்கெட் நீங்க போறப்போ you will be having one or the other regulatory bodies who controls them, who supervises them, who takes care of any any malpractices or any anything which affects the interest of the investors. Because guys, understand, financial market is the vein of industrial growth, is the blood of economical growth. You're getting it? See, yeah, for anything we need a strong financial market for the entrepreneurial community to grow, for investments to pop in India, to be invested in India. We need a strong financial market. All right. For that, we need a strong authority to take care of it. That is the reason everywhere you go, you will have a hierarchy. You will have a supervisory body. First thing. Second thing, support system. Support system may be merchant bankers or financial intermediaries, I can call them. And the main thing is hero and heroines. That is lenders, investors, and borrowers. You're getting it? So these guys are called as financial market participants, right? Next one, apart from them, you may come across, since they put the word like basics of financial market, I just gave only the introduction part. You may come across these words called arbitrages, hedges, and speculators. Again, these guys are the part of investors only, guys. These guys are part of investors. The investors can be any kind. You're getting it? They can be arbitrages, they can be hedges, they can be speculators. Ma'am, what is it? If you have studied financial management, strategic financial management, definitely you would have come across these words. If not, no worries. I'll just give a quick, note on this. Arbitrage. Guys, it is very simple. I know a place where I can buy. Suppose your product X irukku. In the product X, this product X ka price is say ₹10 in market A. And I know this. And there is a demand for this X in market B. And people are ready to buy at ₹13. Okay, I know this information. You're getting it? I know this. So now as a prudent or, as an investor, what I will do, immediately I will put the money here. I will buy for 10. I will sell for 13. I'll make a profit of 3. So riskless profit. The person who make a riskless profit by taking opposite positions in different markets. See, in this market, I took a buying position. In this market, I took a selling position. All right. So that person is called arbitrager. Usually, these guys will do this in the currency market. Not getting it? Next, hedges means these guys are for safety purpose. Hedging means what? Safeguarding. To mitigate my loss, I will enter into this particular, financial market, because financial market does this. All right. So it helps me to safeguard my losses. Ma'am, how is that possible? Guys, I'll give you an example. Suppose I export. Okay. I am an exporter. I export to US. I exported today. So today $1 is equal to, say, we'll keep it as 75 rupees. So I exported for 1 lakh. All right. $1 lakh I exported, which means I'm supposed to get 75 lakhs. Am I right? 75 lakhs I'm supposed to get. and the credit period is say 30 days. 1 month later, your importer will pay you. Whoever that US person, he will pay you $1 lakh. For him, it is $1 lakh, so he will pay you. For you, it is 75 lakh as on today. Suppose 30 days, India has become a superpower. India has become a superpower. So Indian currency has appreciated, and $1 is equal to 1 rupee. $1 is equal to what? 1 rupee. We have been appreciated so high, and $1 is equal to these are all hypothetical, all right? $1 is equal to 1 rupee. Now, what will happen, guys? When you exchange that $1 lakh, you will get only how much? How much? 1 lakh rupees, no. At the 30th day, you will get only 1 lakh, no. You are supposed to get how much? 75. That day itself, I will get heart attack. Correct? No. 75 lakhs I'm supposed to receive, but the rupee value has appreciated. So now I will receive only 1 lakh. Correct. So now what will I do to safeguard myself? I have an instrument in my financial market that is called forward rates. Forward rate agreements or future rate agreements. I do have that. So I will enter there. I will enter with the banking. I will enter with these intermediaries, which helps me to safeguard myself. You're getting it? So those guys are called as hedges. Speculators, again, these guys are there to make profit in your financial market. That's it. So these are all the different types of investors or the words you may come across when you go with the financial market. You may be a long-term investor. You may be there for hedging purpose. You may be there for arbitraging purpose, or you may be there for speculating purpose also. You're getting it? So when I talk about the participants, again, these guys are also a participant in this market. All right. Next one, by classification. Guys, I already told you, when we say financial market, people will think that it is only it is nothing but capital market. It is nothing but, a stock market. No, it is not only a stock market. No, financial market is huge. You're getting it? Basically, we have money market and we have capital market, but still to have a clear view what I did, what I have given the classification is based on their nature of claim, based on their maturity, based on their delivery, based on their organizational structures, we can classify the financial markets into 4 classifications. First one is the claim, nature. Second one, maturity. Third one, timing of delivery. Fourth one, structure, organizational structure. When I talk about nature of claim, it means that debt market or equity market. All right. So which means, guys, we'll understand what is it one by one. I have everything. All right. So debt market and equity market, we do have. Next one, maturity, if you see, money market and capital market. Basically, wherever you go, they will say only these 2 as financial markets. Under this, we all have all these things. You're getting it here. Just to have a broader classification, wide knowledge, I have classified in this fashion, right? So money market and capital market based on maturity. Timing of delivery, cash market or spot market, and future market. All right. Organizational structure based on your organization, it is exchange traded market or OTC, all right, over the counter, exchange traded or over the counter. We will see one by one what is that. All right. Just a minute, let me admit these guys. All right. Yes. Now, equity market. Guys, this equity market, popularly we know that it is for ownership, correct? As an investor, you will buy the shares of any corporates, then that is called equity. All right. So you will take the ownership. You will be sharing the ownership. It will be through your stock exchange. If it is listed, then obviously it is through your recognized stock exchange. Basically, I can call that as capital market. Correct. Now, so equity market means it is depending on the instrument, equity shares. I have excess money. So what I can do it, I can go for, suppose there are 2 types of equity markets I can tell. One is further, which is secondary market you will trade. Second one is your IPOs, initial public offering. Recently, Zomato has gone where they asked the public for money. In return, they will give what? Ownership. Correct. In return, they will give what? Ownership. Zomato has gone, right? I hope you guys would have read in the news, right? So that is called equity market. As an investor, basically, this is for a long time. This is for a long time. What I will do as an investor, I have money. I will check for the, good companies, good corporates. So I will invest my money in the shares of those companies, those corporates. You're getting it? So that market is called equity market. Here, the borrower, that means the corporate, they can borrow money. All right. It is not a borrowing actually. They are taking money from the investor. In return, they are giving their shares. See, you are the owner now. Give the money and take the shares. My shares are listed. You can trade this in the stock market, in the stock exchange. You can trade, you can make a profit out of it, or I will give you dividend if you are a shareholder to me. You're getting it? So as an investor, what I am doing, I am investing my excess money in the company, which is a good company. I feel I invest, in return, I will take shares. You're getting it? So in the companies are also getting money from here, and these guys are getting ownership from the company. That's it. So equity market helps the company to raise funds from the public, from the people. All right. In return, they are giving ownership to them. All right. So that is called equity market. Next one, debt market, I can say. In debt market, again, I have various instruments, long-term and short-term. Debt means what, guys? It is a kind of loan. It is a kind of, repayment. I have to do it, right? Debentures. I have to, it is a borrowing basically, correct? So it helps the organization, it helps the borrower, it helps the corporates to take money from the people, from the various institutions to grab finance for their activities. It could be for both long-term or a short-term. Long-term means I can say the companies can issue debentures, the company can issue bonds. Guys, understand, even government will do these type of things. You're getting it? Government also enter into this debt market. Government has debt instruments. You're getting it? It can be long-term government treasury bills. There is one concept called government treasury bills. Usually in money market, you will study this. You are getting it? So these are all debt market where ownership will not be given, but here it will be treated as a loan. It will be treated as a borrowing, whereas the borrower will pay certain fixed interest amount as a return to the investor. So investor will give the money to the borrower, that is to the person who is getting money, to the corporate, and the corporate will say, yes, I have borrowed this, and this is the maturity period. This is 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. Fine, I will pay you this much interest to you. So he will say all those things and he will take money from you. And this is what bank is also doing. No, guys, understand. A single bank cannot afford to give so much to a single corporate. You're getting it? So this is the easiest way. I mean, this is the way where the corporate can raise funds, where the corporate can raise funds from the public. You're getting it? From the public, I'm going. I'm not asking any particular banking institution. No. Even banks also will give me loan. But I'm going with the public. I'm raising funds from there. I can raise it for both long-term and short-term. You're getting it? Long-term, though, the instruments are bonds and debentures. Short-term, though, it is treated as money market instruments. You will see that. We will study that. So under money market, we have so many things. We have, promissory notes. We have treasury bills. We have CDs, that is certificate of deposits. We have commercial papers. We have, so many other instruments we do have. And treasury bills means government. Government is borrowing funds from the people. All right. So if you have money, you can enter into that money market and you can invest. You can choose whichever instrument you wanted according to your need. As an investor, if you are looking at quick returns, then you can go for, money market instruments or short-term instruments. Suppose you are looking for, let it be long-term, then you can go for debentures. All right, companies are issuing debentures. You can go and subscribe to those debentures. You're getting it? So this is called debt market. Next comes the heroes of this entire financial market. Wherever you go, you will see this only two words, capital and money market, that is called financial market. And then what is that equity and debt? Guys, those are all the instruments, or those are all based on your nature of the instrument, what you're dealing with. You're getting it? So money market and capital market, what is the basic difference? Guys, only one thing. Capital market, it is for long term. You're getting it? Capital market, it is for long term. Money market, it is for short term. That's it. That is a major difference between money market and capital market. You're getting it? As an investor, you can wait for several years. You can wait for several number of months for your investment to appreciate, to get the return. Then definitely you can go to a capital market as an investor. As a borrower also, what you wanted, you have to decide. Are you looking for, guys, I'll tell you, suppose I am starting a company. You're getting it? Now Zomato will take. They have gone for IPO. IPO is nothing but capital market, initial public offer. Guys, they need funds for their business, which is that it is not gonna, they are not gonna generate immediately. No, it will be invested in their expansion. It will be invested in their all their investments. It will be invested in their all their programs, whatever they have planned. Correct. So it will take nearly 3 to 5 years for them to get back. All right, on their own, right? So at that time, Zomato cannot think of money market, which means the money market provides you funds only for a shorter period. Immediately, you have to repay. As a borrower, you have to repay immediately, which means immediately means there are even 1 day instrument also, 72 hours instrument, 48 hours instrument, and then CPs, we have 6 months, 180 days treasury bills, 90 days treasury bills. Within that period, you have to, redeem it. So money market is a quickest way, short term. It can achieve only your short term need for funds. You would have heard this word called working capital. I don't know how many of you know this funds flow statement. When you started this funds flow in your accountancy, you would have come across this word called working capital. All right. What is meant by working capital? Anyone? Anyone? What is meant by working capital? No? Nobody? All right.
Current assets minus current liability.
Wow, that is a formula. Good. Current assets minus current liabilities. I appreciate that. Good. The working capital means that's a formula. Yes, the working capital means the funds what I require for running my operations. That is called working capital. Day-to-day operations I need to meet. You are getting it? So for that, I need funds. And that fund is called my working capital. Guys, understand. If I borrow long-term and if I use it for working capital, I am making a mess around there. Or getting it? Because when you are borrowing under long term, you have to give returns to the investors. You're getting it for a long term. It is not that just you're going to repay now. Yeah, in a short term, suppose you borrow in short term, you borrow CPs, you borrow treasuries, you borrow in certificates, certificates of deposits, you borrow from there, and then you are investing in a long-term project. Again, you are creating a mess over there. So that is the reason they have separated these two markets. As a borrower, what you wanted, what you are looking at. Are you looking at long-term finance? Are you looking for a long-term project? Suppose that project, wherever you're going to invest this money will generate revenue only after 5 years, means go for capital market. Raise equities, raise debentures. You're getting it. Go for capital market where it is a long-term. It supplies for your long-term asset requirement. It helps for you to build your business. Whereas suppose you need urgently, I need, 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs, urgently I need. So within a month I can repay. Then in that case, you go for money market. You have so many instruments you can borrow there. Investors are also there. As a borrower, you have to think. And as an investor also, you should think what you wanted. Is it a short-term investment or is it a long-term investment? You can wait for 5 years, go for capital market. You can't wait for 5 years and all. I don't know. I wanted within, a month's time or, 30 days time, and I have huge funds in my hand. I can go. Then you go with money market, because in money market, usually the investments will be of higher denominations. You're getting it? Even if you take CPs, there is a concept called commercial papers. It will be nearly, 5 lakhs, 25 lakhs. One instrument will be 25 lakhs, like that. It runs in lakhs and crores. You're getting it under money market. So as an investor, you need to think, if you have a lump sum amount, if you are looking for any short venture, go with money market. If you're an investor, you have funds, but not lump sum, but every month I can do it, or, every intervals I have some amount I can invest though, then go with capital market. All right. You can wait for longer period, go with capital market. So this is the basic difference between money market and capital market, guys. See here, it is for short term. It is for short term and it is for long term. Capital market is for long term. Money market supplies funds for what? Working capital. And capital market supplies funds for what? Fixed capital requirement, which is your long term. And instruments here are treasury bills, basically 90 days, 180 days, like that. And commercial papers, all right. Here, if you see, instruments are shares, debentures, which are all basically long terms. And each single instrument is of large amount. Whereas here, each single instrument is of small amount. I hope you heard of this word, SIP. There is one concept called mutual fund. Mutual fund is a concept under capital market. Mutual fund is a concept under capital market where it pools funds from small investors. Even a student can invest 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees per month. From there also you collect money and they pool in the money for capital formation. I already told you guys, capital market and money market is the blood of your economic growth. You're getting it? We need a stronger system here. That is the reason these guys are introducing so many instruments where they can raise funds. You're getting it? So again, mutual fund is an instrument under capital market. You're getting it? Now under money market, if you see, there are central banks. Central bank means RBI. All right. And other commercial banks are the major participants in the money market. All right. Here in capital market, all development banks, insurance companies, anybody can be. Basically, these guys are the major investors over there. You're getting it? So this is the difference between money market and the capital market. Next one, we studied cash market and future market, right? Cash means spot, I can say. So spot versus future. Guys, again, I'm telling you, this is the concept. These are all the different markets under those two main markets, that is capital and money. You're getting it? Both the markets, we do have spot, we do have futures. You're getting it? Basically, these are all the various instruments which helps the investors to invest in the financial market. Spot markets means then and there, everything is cleared. Paisa kurtiya, share vaagniya, illa nee share vittiya, debenture eduthiya, commercial paper eduthiya, poitte. That is called spot market. You're getting it? Everything takes place on a single day, on the spot. Future means it will be happening in a certain date. I will enter into an agreement saying that I will buy this particular equity share for ₹50 on say next Wednesday. Na enna pannuva or agreement potupen. Okay, I will enter into an agreement. அதுக்கு நிறைய இருக்கு. Derivatives-னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. Derivatives நீங்க படிப்பீங்க. Derivatives-னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. அதுல futures-னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. Forwards-னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. Swaps-னு இருக்கு. So many things are there. These are all various instruments. You are getting it? So இன்னொரு lecture-ல எப்பயாவது instruments பத்தி படிக்கிறதா இருந்தா, we will study all those things. We have so many instruments under, அதுக்கே ஒரு particular day வேணும். And all the instruments of your financial market. So many instruments are there. You are getting it? So, அப்ப future marketனா என்ன அப்படின்னா, on the spot எதுவும் நடக்காது. நான் ஒரு அக்ரிமெண்ட் போட்டுப்பேன். நான் சரி அடுத்த இன்னைக்கு என்ன வெள்ளிக்கிழமையா, அடுத்த வெள்ளிக்கிழமை நெக்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரைடே நான் இந்த ஈக்விட்டி ஷேரை சப்போஸ் இன்ஃபோசிஸ் ஷேர்னு வச்சுப்போம். இந்த இன்ஃபோசிஸ் ஷேரை நான் 2000 ரூபாய்க்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் வெள்ளிக்கிழமை நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு பார்ட்டி கிட்ட ஒரு அக்ரிமெண்ட் போட்டு நான் வச்சுப்பேன். நெக்ஸ்ட் வெள்ளிக்கிழமை போய் நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன்னா, ஓகே ஃபைன், எனக்கு அந்த ஷேரை கொடு, நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன், இந்த 2000 அப்படின்னு காசை கொடுத்துட்டு அந்த ஷேரை நான் வாங்கிக்குவேன். இப்போ உங்க மைண்ட்ல இருக்கும், மேம் இதுக்கும் இந்த மேல படிச்ச ஸ்பாட்டுக்கு என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ், வை ஆர் டூயிங் திஸ் அப்படின்னு நீங்க கேட்பீங்க. ஏன் அப்படின்னா பேசிக்கலி அகைன் நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, இந்த 3 ஹெட்ஜிங்கு, ஸ்பெகுலேஷனு, ஆர்பிட்ரேஜர்னு பேசிக்கா அதுக்குதான். ஓகேவா, டு சேஃப் கார்டு. ஓகே, நான் ஒரு சின்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள் மட்டும் சொல்லி இந்த ஃபியூச்சரை நான் ஐ க்ளோஸ். சப்போஸ் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ டெல் யூ, என்கிட்ட வந்து நான் இன்ஃபோசிஸ் ஷேர் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுப்போம். ஓகேவா, நான் வந்து இதை பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணது வந்து சே ஐ பர்ச்சேஸ்ட் இட் ஃபார் 70 rupees. ஓகேவா, 70 rupeesக்கு நான் பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணேன்னு வச்சுப்போம். ஒரு ஷேர் இருக்கு. இப்ப ஏதோ ஒரு வேணா ஒரு எக்ஸ் கம்பெனின்னு வச்சுப்போம். இன்ஃபோசிஸ் சொன்னா அது வேற ஏதோ ஒரு எக்ஸ் கம்பெனின்னு வச்சுப்போம். அது ஏதோ something is happening, so the prices of the X companies keep on going down. ஓகேவா, அப்போ நான் என்ன பண்றேன், ஐ எம் கால்குலேட்டிங் இட். நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக்ல இதோட பொசிஷன் எப்படி இருக்கும்னு நான் வந்து சூஸ் பண்றேன், நான் அனலைஸ் பண்றேன். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக் என்னோட கால்குலேஷன் பிரகாரம் இதோட பொசிஷன் என்னவா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, மேபி இட் மே ரீச் அட் சே 68 rupeesக்கு போகும் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னுடைய அனாலிசிஸ். நான் எனக்கு இது எப்படியாவது வெளியில வந்துடணும்னு எனக்கு இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. I will enter into a forward rate or future contract, derivative contract. நான் ஒரு பார்ட்டியை பிடிச்சி நான் என்ன சொல்லுவேன், நெக்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரைடே I will sell you this particular share for ₹68. அந்த பார்ட்டியும் அதுக்கு ஓகே சொல்லிடுவார். இப்ப நான் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரைடே போறப்ப மார்க்கெட் ரேட்டு 65 இருந்தாலும் சரி, 67 இருந்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல 60 rupees இருந்தாலும் சரி, I will sell at 68. ஏன்னா என்கிட்ட கான்ட்ராக்ட் இருக்கு. ஓகேவா, அப்போ எனக்கு இதுல என்னன்னா நஷ்டத்திலையும் லாபம். கரெக்டா, நான் இது போடாம இருந்திருந்தேன்னா, if I didn't enter into this contract, I would have sold at 65 or 60, which is huge loss for me. Just because I entered into this contract, my loss was restricted to 2 rupees. என்னோட லாஸ் கம்மி ஆயிடுச்சு இல்ல, I mitigated my loss, I reduced my loss. அதுவே எனக்கு ஒரு பெரிய சேவிங்ஸ் தானே. Correct. So this is just a small example. Okay, so this is called future market. In the future market, you have so many instruments for the investors and for the whoever wants to take advantage of the financial markets. You are getting it? Next one, you studied exchange traded and OTC market. Exchange traded na onnume kadiyadu, recognized stock exchange. In India, it is nothing but recognized stock exchange, where you have a physical marketplace, where you will, every transparency, everything is standardized, everything is supervised, and there is no risk over there entering into the contracts. Adala endha risk irukadu. So that is called exchange traded. Over the counter அப்படின்னா இப்ப நான் சொன்ன பாத்தீங்களா ஃபியூச்சர்னு ஒரு அக்ரிமெண்ட். So it is between two particular people. All right, there is no particular organization or there is no particular place or stock exchange or recognized place or kadayadu. It is a contract between two people. That is why it is called as over the counter. It is tailor made. It is tailor made. எனக்கு வேணுங்கிற மாதிரி I will draft the agreement. இப்ப நான் வந்து ஒரு பேங்க்ல போய் சார் இந்த கரன்சியை நீங்க இவ்வளவு ரூபாய்க்கு இன்னைக்கு வாங்கிக்கிறீங்கன்னு நான் கேட்டேன்னா அது பேர் OTC. ஓகேவா, அந்த பேங்க் எனக்கு மட்டும்தான் அந்த ரேட் ஆஃபர் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஓகேவா, ஓகே சார், நான் உங்களுடைய அந்த $1 lakh நான் வந்து 72 rupeesக்கு நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன், நீங்க நெக்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரைடே கொண்டு வாங்க, 72 rupeesக்கு நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன், அந்த பேங்க் ஒரு கமிட்மெண்ட் கொடுக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னா then that is called OTC. இதே நீங்க போய் கேட்டீங்கன்னா கொடுப்பாங்கன்னா கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு வேலை அவங்க வச்சிருப்பாங்க. So that is called OTC, over the counter. So it is not that it is transparent. It is not that it is similar for everyone. No, it is not standardized. No, it is not standardized. It is a tailor-made contracts. It is a tailor-made system. You're getting it? So that is called over the counter. இங்க என்ன ஒரு ரிஸ்க் இருக்குன்னா, the other party can go or can dishonor the contract. There is a counterparty risk. அதாவது நான் எடுத்துட்டு போய் அன்னைக்கு பேங்க் இல்ல என்னால முடியாது, என்ன பெனாலிட்டியோ நான் அதை பே பண்ணிடுறேன், 72 rupees எல்லாம் கொடுக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய வாய்ப்புகள் நிறைய இருக்கு. ஓகேவா, சோ எனக்கு அங்க கவுண்டர் பார்ட்டி ரிஸ்க்ங்கிறது ஜாஸ்தி. ஏன்னா அக்ரிமெண்ட்னா 2 பீப்புளுக்கு இல்ல, 2 பீப்புளும் அதை அட்ஹியர் பண்ணும்ல. யாராவது ஒருத்தர் அதை பண்ணலைனாலும் எனக்கு ரிஸ்க் தானே. நான் உன்னை நம்பிட்டு இருந்தேன், கடைசி நேரத்துல கால வாரிட்டே சொல்றோமா இல்லையா. சோ தட் இஸ் தேர் இன் OTC, which is not there in exchange traded. ஏன்னா it is a stock exchange, it is supervised and it is very transparent, it is standardized for everybody. I can easily find someone else to compensate. எனக்கு நீ இல்லைன்னா போய் எத்தனையோ பேர் இருக்காங்க, நான் வித்துட்டு போறேன்ட்டு நான் போயிடுவேன். ஆனா OTCல என்னால அதை பண்ண முடியாது. Okay, wow. So that is the difference between exchange traded and OTC. All right. Next one, functions of financial market. So far you understood what is meant by financial market, what are the different classifications and different types of instruments or different types of markets. Now we are going ahead with functions of financial market. Guys, na sonnadudha. First thing, you can mobilize funds. Okay, well, as an entrepreneur, you can get funds. You can mobilize your funds. And liquidity, it will help you to improve your liquidity. Money market, correct? Short-term funds. Liquidity in a short term. How well I'm able to meet my, current liabilities, or, expenses meet that is called liquidity. So immediate so now money market or 15 லட்சம் வாங்குறேன் 50 லட்சம் வாங்குறேன் என்னுடைய அத்தனை current liabilities எல்லாத்தையும் என்னால satisfy பண்ண முடியுது திருப்பி பணம் வரது அங்க நான் கொடுக்கிறேன். Correct? So it helps me in my liquidity. Next, risk sharing. Yes. As an investor, for me, it helps me to mitigate my risk. Even for a business person, it helps me to mitigate the risk. And the currency exchange, na sonnadhu, correct? And it is easy access. Yes. Now, over 30 pay kenja venda. Here I can see many people. Now, open na pona na Zomato IP1 pora pay everybody. Huge. Correct? Huge. I can easily access. Correct. Reduction in transaction cost. Yes. Reduction in transaction cost அப்படின்னா நான் ஒரு பணம் மொபிலைஸ் பண்றதுக்கோ ஃபண்ட் மொபிலைஸ் பண்றதுக்கோ இல்ல இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றதுக்கோ நான் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா அதுக்கு ஒரு காஸ்ட் போட்டு பண்ண வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. அந்த காஸ்ட் கம்மியாகும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் மட்டும்தான் இனிஷியல் there will be a cost, and later on once you got to know there will be a lesser cost involved. அதுக்கு பேர் தான் reduction in easily I can get the funds. இத நாங்க வந்து என்ன சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா cost of getting capital. Cost of capital ஒன்னு, cost of getting capital ஒன்னு. ஓகேவா? So அது கம்மியா இருக்கும். Next, price determination. Yes, it helps me to do that. It helps me to do that for my value, for my worth. என்னோட worth இப்ப நான் ஷேருக்கு போறேன்னா it helps me. The financial market helps me to do that. What would be your prices for your investments? What would be, as an investor, I'll got to know that. I'll get to know. Okay, இதான் என்னோட value. All right. As a borrower, yes, என்னோட ஷேருக்கு இவ்வளவு போகுது. Yes. So price determination. So all these are all the functions of financial markets. And then from the investor side, borrowerக்கு இதெல்லாம் fund கிடைக்குது, mobilization of funds, transaction cost, liquidity எல்லாம் okay. Ma'am, investorக்கு என்ன ma'am கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னா he will get income. There can be three types. One is interest, one is dividend, and one is capital gain. Interest na borrowings மேல, debentures மேல, bonds மேல, treasury bills மேல, debt marketல கொடுக்கக்கூடிய ரிட்டர்னுக்கு பேரு interest, வட்டி. ஓகேவா? கடன் வாங்கினா வட்டி கொடுத்துதானே அவன் கொடுப்பான் எனக்கு வட்டி. So interest, அது ஒரு இன்கம். செகண்ட், நான் ஷேர்ல இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றேன்னா எனக்கு கிடைக்கக்கூடிய இன்கம்க்கு பேரு டிவிடெண்ட். ஓகேவா? ஃபார் ஓனர்ஷிப். மேம் இது என்ன மேம் கேபிட்டல் கெயின்? கேபிட்டல் கெயின்னா எதுவும் இல்லை. இட்ஸ் அன் அப்ரிசியேஷன், அசட் அப்ரிசியேஷன். ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. இப்ப நம்ம ஊர்ல எல்லாம் வந்து தங்கம் வாங்கிவே அப்படியே சொல்லுவாங்க. ஏன் சொல்லுவாங்க அப்படின்னா தங்கத்தோட விலை ஏறிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். நீ இன்னைக்கு 100 ரூபாய்க்கு வாங்கினா நாளைக்கு தங்கம் விலை 200 ரூபாய். அப்போ உனக்கு 100 ரூபாய் அதிகரிச்சிருச்சா? அப்ப உன்னுடைய தங்கத்தோட விலை அதிகரிக்கிறப்ப, உன்னுடைய நகையோட விலை அதிகரிக்கிறப்ப உன்னோட அசட்டோட வேல்யூ அதிகரிக்குதா? கரெக்டா? நம்ம ஊர்ல பழமொழியா சொல்லுவாங்க, பொண்ணுலயும் மண்ணுலயும் பணத்தை போடுவாங்க. கரெக்டா? மண்ணுனா லேண்டோட விலை அப்ரிஷியேட் ஆகும். அந்த அப்ரிசியேஷன் இருக்குல்ல, அதுக்கு பேரு தான் கேபிட்டல் கெயின். கரெக்டா? நான் 10 ரூபாய்க்கு லேண்ட் வாங்கி நான் 100 ரூபாய் அந்த லேண்ட் இன்னைக்கு வந்துச்சு அதோட மதிப்பு. மேம் நான் 10 ரூபாய்க்கு 1990 நான் 10 ரூபாய்க்கு வாங்கினேன். இப்போ அந்த லேண்ட் மதிப்பு 100 ரூபாய் இருக்கு. அப்போ உன்னுடைய அப்ரிசியேஷன் என்ன? 90. திஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் கேபிட்டல் கெயின். ஓகேவா? இது உங்க அசல் மேல நடக்கக்கூடியது. Are you getting it? If I want to put it very clearly, உங்க அசல் மேல நடக்கக்கூடிய அப்ரிசியேஷனுக்கு பேரு கேபிட்டல் கெயின். நான் இன்ஃபோசிஸ் ஷேர் 10 ரூபாய்க்கு வாங்கினேன், இன்னைக்கு அதனுடைய விலை 2000 ரூபாய் அப்படின்னா எனக்கு நடுவுல டிவிடெண்ட்ஸ் கிடைச்சிருக்கும், அது ஒரு இன்கம். ஆனா என்னோட ஷேரோட வேல்யூ ஏறி இருக்குல்ல, அந்த அப்ரிசியேஷன் இருக்குல்ல, அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன? கேபிட்டல் கெயின். 2000ல இருந்து 10 மைனஸ் பண்ண 1990 ரூபாயா? 1990, ரைட்? கரெக்ட். நோ 10 ஆட் பண்ண 2000, கரெக்ட்? அப்ப இதுதான் என்னுடைய கேபிட்டல் கெயின். Are you getting it? So this is for the investors. All right. I think with the given time, I have made some justice to the topic, I believe. Any questions, please post me in the WhatsApp, or you can unmute yourself and you can talk. I'm waiting for your questions now.
Thank you, ma'am, for this informative session. Saying thanks, it is something we get to say, something we are inspired to say, to someone who has touched us with their kindness. Now I request Ms. Nafias of 2nd BCom CS to extend heartily gratitude to all.
Happy noon, one and all present here. Now we come to an end of the lively gathering. Before we wind up, a few words of warmth and vote of thanks. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of our institution.
Nafia, 1 minute. 1 minute. I think somebody is calling. Yes. Yes, please. Sorry, somebody was asking something. I don't know. All right, please go ahead. I'm sorry, Nafia, for stopping you. Yeah, I think I heard voice, so I said, please. Yeah, please go ahead, Nafia. I'm sorry.
It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of our institution. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence on this webinar of financial market. I wish to express my gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Thiru S. Kunjidavadam Sir, our Managing Director, Thiru S.K. Thirukumaran Sir, and Thiru S.K. Sendil Kumaran Sir for their numerous encouragement. And I extend my gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. R. Kumudini ma'am, for a great support. And to our Vice Principal Sir, Dr. Ramasamy Sir, and Dr. U. Indumati ma'am for their support and encouragement. I must mention deep sense of thanks to Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. G. Jananisri, Chartered Accountant, ACS Capital Market Academy, Coimbatore, for your aid. I am very grateful to our HOD, Mrs. N. Kalaivani ma'am, Mrs. Kumari Preeta ma'am, and Mrs. Nuzat Fatima ma'am to organize this webinar. As no program can become successful with a single person. So I extend my big thanks to our technical team staff members of support and all our students too. At last, I extend my thanks to our all full with your contribution. Once again, I thank each and everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you have filled our brain with knowledge of finance, ma'am. It's a very great pleasure to have a guest speaker like you, ma'am. Even in your busy schedule, you are accepted our invitation and shared wonderful knowledge to our students, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your kind words. I wish you a great weekend, guys, and wonderful day ahead.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, thank you for your valuable information. And I have posted the feedback link in the chat box. I request all the participants and the speaker to fill the feedback form.
Sure. I'll do that.
Kalaimani ma'am, shall we end the session?